Hey, gorgeous ones. All right. I am in 2022 trying to do a better job of being more well-rounded in my content, even when it comes down to, little areas of it. With fragrances, I'm making sure I do better by y'all. I don't want to be one of those channels that just does like hauls and some first impressions or my blind buy reviews and maybe something like best this or best that. I want to give y'all a little something more, a little something more. All right, so let's talk. Now, let's discuss the Nirvana Collection by Elizabeth James today. I've tried them all. Want to give y'all my, tell you which ones you need to snatch based on what kind of fragrances you like. So let's get to it. I don't know that intro. I don't know what was going on with my intro. I don't know. I just couldn't get that right. So anyway, let's talk Nirvana by Elizabeth James. If you don't know about them, Elizabeth James is actually Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's. That was their company, which they have now discontinued it. However, you can still, for a minute, you really couldn't find a lot of the fragrances. It seemed like they had discontinued and then they were phasing out. But now I've noticed that there's more of them available, more sizes and stuff, because for a minute it was looking real like nothing was there. So now that you can get more of them, I said, well, let me just talk about them all so we can see which ones you want to try. So let's talk about them. The one thing about the Nirvana fragrances is that they usually have 3 notes. There's one that has 4 notes, but normally it's just 3 notes well blended together to create a really beautiful fragrance. They are very well, one thing I will say about this collection is that they are well done. Very, they each have their own vibe and very, just for 3 simple notes, they are very, not necessarily complex, but have a certain elegance about them. That's what I'll call them, because they're very elegant fragrances. So I'm going to start you with the first one that I ever got, which is this one. And this is Nirvana Bourbon. Now, first off, they all look like this. They're just a different color. They're very sleek, very minimalist, but very, very distinctive, because no one else makes bottles like this. Only the Nirvana line. So this is bourbon. The 3 notes in this is bourbon vanilla, oak, and tuberose. So it has a boozy quality to it, but then it has the tuberose blends with that bourbon, with that vanilla, gives it a kind of creamy sweetness. That oak gives it a woody balance. It balances it out so it's not too sweet. This is definitely unisex. Anybody can wear it. I always talk about this one. This is a very kind of edgy, for a woman, I say that this is a very, cigar bar, whiskey drinking kind of vibe. That's what you get from bourbon vanilla. It's kind of a whiskey kind of vibe to it, just like, you are one of those women who can move in all kinds of circles and hold your own. So when you are in places like where they're doing drinking, so if you're someplace and they smoking cigars, you're going to smoke cigars with them. And they drinking whiskey, girl, you got your favorite whiskey. That's what bourbon vanilla vibes like. All right, next up is this one. And this is French Gray. Once again, beautiful bottle. Now, I got to be honest, when I first got this, I did not like it. That's because it is a lavender-based fragrance. It is lavender, it is neroli, and it is musk. So when I first got it, I'm just being real. Got this about, I want to say in 2019. So it was about almost, it was a good 2 years ago, almost 3. I just wasn't vibing on these type of fragrances. And this is for real, as you really delve into buying fragrances, you will find that things that you thought you would never wear, that as you grow and you know, there's some change sometimes in your sensibilities, and so that is the difference right now. So French Gray, when I smelled it the first time, was way too lavender, wasn't my vibe, was too fresh, you know, too kind of like, no. But now that I have gotten sort of into lavenders and more into fresh fragrances, especially for the springtime and the summertime, I love it. It is it's musky. It's got the you know, the lavender, and then the neroli, and I could smell that, y'all. Y'all know COVID knows right here. But now I like it. It has a freshness to it. I do think it leans a little masculine. I think that I might try to do some layering with it to really, you know, bounce it. But honestly, I love the neroli, that bitter orangey kind of vibe to it. The lavender, the musk. Musk gives it that real kind of like chill white t-shirt vibe to it. I know right up. I love to smell this on a man. That's why, you know, I think this is excellent on a man. I think it's great on women too. It's very unisex. But if you're not used to fragrances like this as a female, you're gonna go, oh, this is a man. This is very masculine. But you know, I'm thinking about how I can sweeten it up and do a really good combo, layering combo. So stay tuned. I'm working on that. Then next up is Amethyst. Beautiful purple bottle. Now this is the only one that has 4 notes listed, and the notes for this is tobacco, honeysuckle, cedar, and spices. Baby, I love this one. I love this one. The tobacco is there. It is smoky. That honeysuckle gives it a floral kind of sweet vibe to it. It's just spicy enough, and then it's got that woodiness to it. This is so good. Now, I haven't said this, but I will say amethyst does not last that long on the skin. Bourbon lasts a little bit longer. These are not super long lasting fragrances. I'm just going to throw that out here now that I forgot to say this. But at the price point that you can get them, you can overspray. You can wear, you know, because now the price point is low enough that you can overspray them. You know, just give you a little spray, carry it with you. And the bottles are so stunning. These are so cute to carry. I mean, you can really carry one of these and not feel like, oh, I got this, you know, bulky. It's sleek. It's great. All right. Let me stop right there. Then my last full bottle is Rose. This is my latest one that I bought recently. And Rose is, let me see my notes for this. This is May, Rose, Vetiver, and Geranium. I've been hearing about this, and people, oh, Rose, you need Rose. And I'm a Rose lover, and I like this one. This one is kind of a dark, edgy rose. It has a dark edginess to it. So if you know anything about geranium, and I do love geranium, geranium has a rose quality to it, but it's a little woodier. So you have that, and then you add that vetiver, which is going to give it that more kind of edgy vibe to the rose. This is really beautiful. It is not for everybody because it is not your typical rose. It has a certain uniqueness to it, especially from the more designer, more celebrity vibe, perfume vibe. This is definitely going to do that. It's definitely intriguing because it doesn't smell like the standard rose that you would normally find. It's not sweet. It's very dry. It's dry and not spicy, but kind of vibes like, you know, like a dry, spicy rose because of that geranium and vetiver. Love this one right here. Now I have these because at the time I couldn't get these, and I found these samples, and I think they're what, 5 mils? I think they're 5 mils. Yeah, no, 4 mils. So they're 4 mils. So these are the last two. There is Nirvana White right here. Let's talk about Nirvana White. Nirvana White, I got my notes here. It's peony, musk, and lily of the valley. This is a gorgeous, musky, peony, floral vibe. Perfect for spring and everything. Love it. It is a gorgeous peony. It really is just a very green floral. gorgeous. Really love it. Am I gonna get it? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not. And the only reason I'm not gonna get it is because I have a couple of peonies that I really love. I love Pivonnaise Printemps by Maison Lancôme Printemps. I think that's how you say it. And then I have another peony that I like by Bordeaux. So I just don't feel like I need another peony in my collection, because that's not something that I'm super vibing on, but I love peony as a note. Then we have black right here. Black is, oh my goodness, this is violet, sandalwood, and vanilla. I think I'm gonna get this one. I know I'm gonna get this one. It has that powdery elegance of violet, and then the sweetness and that creaminess from sandalwood. Oh man, I really like this one. So yes, I think white is beautiful, but for me, I really want the black, because I've been in this powdery violet iris vibe for quite some time, and this is a beautiful one for the summertime, spring and summertime. It just has a lightness to it, but it still has an earthiness to it, that and powdery elegance that makes it the one that I want of the two that I don't have already. So that is the Nirvana Black. Now, y'all just come on through with me. Tell me which ones you've tried, which ones you have, which ones you love. Y'all know the drill. That's what y'all supposed to be doing anyway. Y'all knew what was supposed to be doing. All right. So thank you all for watching. As always, it's your LuuLuu. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.